What's up guys, welcome back to AGB Cars. I'm Aaron with a new video here for you today. We are talking about the Spanish Grand Prix of 2015 and doing a little preview on that. So, Spanish Grand Prix marks the start of the European block of the calendar this year, expecting all teams really to have a huge upgrade after the long 3-week gap since the Bahrain race. And the fact that it's in Europe now, more teams will be bringing new parts to the weekends more often, just for transportation reasons, I suppose. And start of the European season, yes. So from now on, races will be back to normal time anyway for us Europeans, and we will be able to see sort of who made the biggest leap forward, I suppose, in terms of upgrades. So it will be interesting to see, for example, if Ferrari have closed in on Mercedes at all, or if Williams have closed in to Ferrari and so forth down the field. The Spanish Grand Prix is one of those tracks that, at Catalunya obviously, that it does not provoke the most exciting racing we see throughout the year. It's normally quite a boring race with most overtaking done during the pit stops. It's just the nature of the track, I suppose. There's a lot of high speed corners, and they sort of make it hard to follow someone else very closely. And it's also not one of the widest tracks that we go to throughout the year, so passing is certainly difficult at this track. So I'm expecting more Mercedes wins anyway. Mercedes really have to win this race. There isn't anyone else really that's capable. Ferrari might be close, and the only way they will win though is if Mercedes have some sort of reliability issue, which we saw two of in Bahrain, remember, because Hamilton and Rosberg both suffered from braking issues towards the end of the race, which is ultimately how Raikkonen got second place and almost won. But can't see that happening 2 races in a row. I definitely think Mercedes will win and get another car on the podium. To win, it has to be Hamilton, really. Rosberg just isn't fast enough at all, really. Rosberg probably second place, maybe third, maybe a Ferrari will sneak up into second place, but yeah, so Ferrari will be second fastest, I'd say anyway, with Mercedes and Ferrari taking up the top four if no reliability issues are in the mix. Sebastian Vettel, I think, will get ahead of Raikkonen again this weekend, but it'll be interesting to see how that top four pans out. Then Williams will be fifth and sixth. The order remains to be seen. Pretty even this year so far between Massa and Valtteri Bottas, so it'll be interesting to see who manages to win that little inter-team battle. Then below them, it's kind of an open playing field, because we've Red Bull in there that need to really work on reliability with Renault. And then we need to see Sauber with them, because those two are quite closely matched. Lotus is also with them. I'd actually put Lotus slightly ahead, maybe, of the Red Bull and of the Sauber. I'd also put Toro Rosso in that group, in that sort of midfield group, and then below that whole group is really Force India, and then McLaren is kind of equal now with Force India, I'd say, maybe slightly ahead even, and it'll be interesting to see now if McLaren have made any important progress over the 3 weeks in order to get up the field. They said that they should be able to challenge for points in Monte Carlo, so whether they will be able to in Spain remains to be seen. And then, of course, Manor has to be at the bottom. But, yeah, so that is that. Thank you for listening to this sort of preview of the Spanish Grand Prix. Leave your thoughts down below and like the video if you found it informative, and subscribe to AGB Cars for more like this. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.